Hello, today I'm gonna present SPSS for you, main functionalities and menu line. SPSS is basically a statistical package for social science, but of course it does not have to be only used for social science. Of course, it can be used for other sciences where some statistical research is uh, needed. I'm gonna split my video into two parts. First of all, I'm gonna present the menu bar here on the top left and main functionalities there, and then I'm gonna present in the second part of the video variable view and what you can find there. So let's start. And when it comes to the menu top left, yeah, there are a few places which are most commonly used functions are placed. So I will start with data. So if we are looking to the data, so one of the most frequently used function is select cases. Select cases basically allows you to filter the data. Yeah. So for example, you have a database, so you loaded the data where you want to filter, for example, only men in the database. Yeah. So you can do that by this functionality. Also, you can not only filter the data, but you can split the data based on the filter. So when split file is used, yeah, so you could split into two data sets between women and men, and then you would have two different data sets if that is needed. Going further, within the transform, we have two quite often used functions which are record into same variable and record into different variable. So this basically allows you uh, to record data in different format given already existing data. Yeah. So I'll give you a simple example. Let's assume you have a variable age in your data, and you want to and the data age is represented as like integer, yeah, 1 2 5 20 80 etc, and you want to create a category, yeah, all customers who are above 50 and below 50, yeah, and represent that in a separate column, yeah. So for this purpose, you would use either record into same variable or record into different variable. What is the difference? If you use record into same variable, so you would override your original age data, yeah, and if you would use record in different variable, you wouldn't override your original data. You would create a new column which would store the category, whether the customer is older than 50 years old or younger. Yeah? So this is quite often used when preparing data for the analysis. And another function within the transform section is compute variable, which is quite often used. So this allows you to create a new variable given your already existing columns, yeah, and whatever additional numbers you want to add. So basically, you can create a new column, yeah, and which would be result of two other columns, yeah, or maybe subtraction of two other columns, or maybe sum of two columns and divided by some scalar, for example, 100. Yeah, so you can do various mathematical operations here, including adding, summing columns, plus dividing by any scalar you choose. Going further, very often used section is analyze. This is basically where you're gonna do all of your analysis. So if we start with descriptive statistics, so here you have frequency tables, you have descriptive statistics, yeah, naturally, where you can calculate mean, median, mode, skewness, kurtosis, etc. We have explore section where we usually check the data normality. Then we have a crossed-up. So basically here you can do well-known high square test. Yeah. So this is main things to keep in mind when we talk about descriptive statistics. Going further, we have table section. So here you can create custom tables. So again, those are very similar to crosstabs. So, but here you can put even more layers than in crosstabs, and then you can build quite large and complex tables. Going further, we have a compare means. So here, naturally, of course, you can compare means, but one thing which is important to mention that all of these tests which you would do here, of course, are parametric, yeah, meaning data has to be normally distributed, as this is the assumption of parametric tests. So we have one sample t-test, independent samples t-test, yeah, paired sample t-test, ANOVA, and so on. Going further, we have correlate. So here usually we choose by variate, because here we can calculate the three most commonly used correlation coefficients. So with a Spearman, Pearson, and Kendall. Yeah, so you can get them here. Going further, we have regression. So of course here most usually used is linear regression. Yeah. Going further, we have a scale. So here under reliability analysis, you can calculate the Cronenberg alpha and to understand how reliable your data is, which you collected in usually in survey basis. Yeah, and then finally within the analyze section, we have non-parametric tests. So of course here we have all of the most commonly used non-parametric tests, which allows you to replace the parametric test which we just looked at within the compare means, yeah, when your data is not normally distributed. Yeah, so you go here. Going further, we have graphs. So here, of course, you can build various graphs. So most often used is this chart builder, which allows you basically to create various kind of pie charts, histograms, density plots, etc. So if you need that, you basically go here. Okay, and going further, as I said, second part of the video will be about variable view. So here basically you have represented all of your data in a bit different format. So here you had this kind of representation where you have a column and then you have in rows the data. So here it's a bit different. In each row, yeah, you have a different column name, and as you go to the right, you have various info about that specific column. So for example, here we have gender column, age column represented, etc. Yeah, and then on the left, on the right, sorry, as I mentioned, there are various information about that column. Yeah, what data that column constitutes of. Yeah, so first of all, we have type, so meaning what is the type of the data. So if we see that most of the data is numeric, yeah, but if we press three dots, we can see that the data type can be changed. It can be changed to string and etc. Yeah. Going further, we have width, so basically how many numbers are allowed in the cell, yeah. Then we have decimals, so how many decimals places we allow, yeah. Then we have label, which basically describes uh, what this column means, yeah, what information that column basically stores. Just for yourself, it's good to make those notes so you will know what information was collected in that column if you need to check, yeah. Then going further, we have values. So values are usually used with categorical variables because value part explains what specific category to what category what respective value is being assigned. Yeah, so let's take gender as an example. Yeah, so here we have here it is stated that 0 equals male and 1 equals female. So basically data in the data view is represented in numeric as numbers, yeah. Basically you can see here gender, yeah, 1 0 1 etc. Yeah, and here it's basically explained what the different number means, yeah. So you could also explain, yeah, what those numbers mean in your data, yeah? Going further, we have yeah, what is important here, columns align, yeah, just alignment, etc. Then we have measures. So here most commonly used are scale, nominal, and ordinal. So scale is basically interval data where we have data like various data like age, for example, if it's not categorized, yeah, salary, etc., where various values where the variable can get very wide range of values. Yeah, nominal variable is usually categorical variable, example could be like nationality, yeah, example could be hair color, etc. But one important thing is that you cannot order the data, yeah, so you cannot say which nationality is better than which, or which hair color is greater than another color, yeah, hair color. And then we have ordinal data. I don't have an example here, but I'm just gonna press here. So ordinal data means, again, categorical data, but you can order it. So same as nominal, but you can order it. Again, example could be, for example, age. Yeah. So if you have age represented as a scale, then you have like various numbers like from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, etc. Yeah. But if you have if you want to represent it in order, well, so you would create, for example, 3 categories: up to 20 years old, yeah, then 20 to 40 years old, and then older than 40 years old. Yeah, so if you would have such a variable, then it would be called ordinal, because you can say that first category, yeah, which is like under 30 years old, is less than second category, which means between 20 and 40 years old. Yeah, so this is this is what ordinal means. Yeah, and finally we have a role column, which basically defines what is the role of this variable. It's not super important in SPSS. You can definitely do all of your analysis without this, but two most commonly roles are input and target roles. So input means that this variable will try to be explanatory in your analysis, and target means your variable will be what target variable means it is the variable which you will try to explain with your explanatory or input variables. Yeah, so but it's for sure not a must to be entered. You can do all of the analysis without that, but just for yourself to have nicely structured data, you can do that. However, if you need a professional SPSS help with your thesis or project, feel free to contact us at spssservices.com. Through our experience, we have helped thousands of students to complete their SPSS related tasks in their projects and thesis, so feel free to get in touch. You can do that by filling contact form here and get a free quote for your project, or contact us at our email info@spssservices.com. I will also leave these details in this video description. And that being said, all the best working with SPSS.